Walsh shines and shows why he should be number one next season. Or should he? Welcome back to Where the Superhoops Talk with myself, Luke, and today we've got Michael and Jared talking all things QPR, including this week's A to Z. Jared, first of all, well done on the half marathon, mate. It's for such a great cause as well. How's them legs feeling?
Yeah, the legs aren't too bad actually. I've done a lot of training, taking it really seriously. Was raising money for Thames Hospice. I lost a close friend back in July who spent her last few weeks there. So I thought I'd raise money. Had a target of £500, and I think I've just gone over £2,000. So yeah, incredible cause, and it really motivated me. And I've got the medal to kind of show. There you go. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. And my dad even got a little run with me for about 10 meters at mile 12. So there's a good photograph of him carrying his Morocco flag, and yeah, it was a good day, really good day.
Brilliant. Well done, mate. And yeah, like I say, for such a great cause, we'll put the link in either the description or the comment section, etc. So yeah, but have a little look for that if you'd be so generous. But yeah, brilliant. Well done, Jared. Perfect, mate. Well, let's get on to the game. It was a very entertaining one, Michael, wasn't it, mate? I mean, there's so much that happened, but it's one of them end of the season ones. But what I want to touch on, and as I touched on the top of the show, is Walsh. You've had your concerns over him, Michael. Is that fair to say, mate? What do you think? Do you think he's the number one going into next season? He had a great game. He made some really good saves.
Yeah, I mean, he made a lot of saves yesterday, but I still think he was quite shaky. A lot of the time he didn't get the ball first time, didn't catch it, and it was going to their feet. And I think we were fortunate not to have conceded one of them. But to give him credit, yeah, he obviously kept a clean sheet yesterday, which yeah, I'm happy for the lad. But to be honest, if we go into next season with him as our number one, I really don't see it being a good thing. I think we've got a better goalkeeper on loan. But I really think we should be looking in the market for a new goalkeeper, and more experienced one, or someone who sort of Nori's got a bit of a track record of finding a hidden gem. So bring in somebody else. I just don't think he's ready for it. I think he needs a good loan to League One next season or Championship, and yeah, we'll see where we are the season after.
Oh, such a harsh cricket, mate. He makes saves, and you're like, why didn't he catch it? Brilliant, Jared. What about yourself, mate? Do you think Walsh has done enough this season to prove that he can be the number one going into next year?
I think yesterday's performance, if you look at the stats, he made a lot of saves, but as Michael said, a lot of them were kind of, he grabbed it at the second attempt. It was maybe one of the most nervy clean sheets I've ever seen a goalkeeper keep. I think he's under pressure to prove himself, and I think that adds a lot to kind of a young player. So I saw one of those kind of performance charts on Twitter, and he was like in the bottom quadrant, like the worst performing keeper in the league. I just don't think he's done enough to kind of cement his place as number one. We've got another young keeper coming back on loan from Barnsley, Murphy Cooper, who's highly rated. I'm not sure if he's at
Sheffield Wednesday now.
He definitely went somewhere. Sheffield Wednesday now, yeah. And performed well for them, and I've got a feeling they might give him a chance next season. But I do think if we're going to be aiming for a top 6 place next season, they have to strengthen it. And I like Walsh, and I feel for him because they probably should have been alone a year ago to give him experience, and he's kind of having to learn on the job a bit. And yeah, he's finding it hard, I think.
Yeah. Walsh, I tried for you, mate. I tried for you, but doesn't seem it's going to be the one. Well, let's talk about though going into next season. That's what a lot of think of is on the mind of QPR fans at the moment. It's important though, isn't it, to maintain levels going into the end of the season. You don't want to sort of see QPR players sort of on the beach already. You kind of still want to see performances high, and they're still fighting for place in the team, if anything, Michael.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's weird to see Burrell come back before the signing that we brought in to replace him. But yeah, I mean, just want to end the season strong. the players getting a good run out, not rushing anybody back, and sort of seeing who's going to be in our starting 11 going into next season. But yeah, I think there's only positives really we can take now, and just build upon giving players minutes and seeing what we can do.
Yeah, definitely. It's important though, Jared, isn't it? Not to just let this season, the end of the season, just sort of wither away. You want to see players fighting for their shirt.
Yeah, and as boring as the game was yesterday, wouldn't really fault the players' effort or the manager really. It was just one of those games where kind of neither team did anything nearly good enough really to win it. I don't think the players are on the beach. I think there's a couple of young players who have finally got a run in the team in Morgan and Colley, and I think they're proving themselves, and I think they're proving that they can be a part of the squad next season. I think for them, these next 5 games are really, really important for them, and I think the fact that they're getting a run in the team is really important. And I was actually talking to one of the players' dad yesterday, and he was saying he was talking to Ryan Colley a few weeks ago, and he was really down because he said when he's only getting 20 minutes as a sub, he's trying to do things that he wouldn't normally do when he starts a game, and he's trying to prove himself, and he's just that kind of pressure on a young kid. He couldn't really do it, and the fact that now he's starting games, he scored a few goals. I think for me, those two are the most important two from now till the end of the season. Give them a run of games, let them learn, and then I think they'll be really, really valuable squad players next season.
Yeah, that's a brilliant point, isn't it? That it's hard for a player, any player, but especially a young player trying to make themselves a starting player. It's hard coming off the bench, isn't it, Michael? You get 15 minutes here, 10 minutes there. It's hard to really give your all and kind of show the player you are, because you are probably trying to rush things and do things you wouldn't normal just to try and make an impact. So are you looking at this end of the season for the young players like Coley and Morgan to get from the start and get a lot of game time?
Yeah, definitely. I think you make decisions when you come on to try and get that wonder goal, last minute winner, or that last ditch tackle. But yeah, it'll be important for them to prove themselves and prove their worth to be a squad player, or with Kieran Morgan especially, getting that rotation part in midfield. He's been really strong. I know he captained England under 21s, didn't he? Or read something like that
Under
online.
20s,
But
yeah. Under
20s, yeah. So there's obviously quality there. And yeah, I think we can just build on that and go into next season with a full pre-season and see where they start.
Definitely. Right. Well, the next game is Millwall away. Jared, is there any feeling and any needle in this game? I know it's another London club. Is there anything in it at all? I mean, not many people like Millwall really, but is there a little bit of edge to this sort of game? And what's your thoughts and what's your score prediction for it, mate?
I don't think there's really any kind of proper rivalry there. Millwall, aren't they? No one really likes them. No one really likes their fans coming to their ground. I think the fact that they dropped points this week and Ipswich won again, I do think it's looking really hard for them to get that second spot. So I don't think there's maybe as much riding on it as there was when you looked at it a week ago or something. But I think we've got quite a big allocation going there. So I think the players will want to put on a performance, and I think even just the fact that it is a London derby will just add a little bit of spice. I think we can go there and get a point, maybe a 2-2 draw.
Nice. Michael, are you feeling you can come away with some points?
Yeah, it's a good away day. We normally do all right at the Den, and then we've sold up the lower tier as well, which we don't normally get given. I can see us winning 2-1. I think we're going to be on a bit of a roll come the end of the season, and like Jared was saying, they're only really fighting for that third place spot now.
Yeah, I'd love a QPR win.
Yeah.
But let's move on to A to Z. The A to Z, we're flying through. We nearly finished, boys, which is crazy to say. We're on the letter W. So, Jared, if you can kick it off for us, please, mate. Or who is your letter W for QPR?
Yeah, I've been really, really greedy. I've gone 3 Ws, 3 from sort of classic 90s team. The first one is a player called Roy Wegley. A lot of people, maybe younger listeners, wouldn't have heard of him, but he scored one of the QPR great goals away at Leeds in 1991, I think it was, and he was one of the most skillful players I've seen in a QPR shirt. Yeah, absolutely loved him. I've got a picture with him when I was mascot. It must have been 1991, I think it was, against West Ham, and like that was my favourite picture of the night. So got him first. Then Clive Wilson, who's the best left back I've seen at QPR, should have played for England 100%. Should have had caps in that era. Was the best penalty taker I've seen at QPR as well. And there was one FA Cup game against Millwall, and it was 0-0, and we left with a couple of minutes to go. I was about 9 at the time, I think, and we got a penalty in the last minute. And we were walking back to our car, and we heard the roar. Will never forgive my dad for that one. And then the final one again is one of our greatest ever players in Ray Wilkins. I think one of the most universally loved characters in football. His stint as manager wasn't as successful as his stint as a player, but again, a real gen. And again, I was mascot at Highbury, and he was captain actually for QPR. And I can just remember him being so friendly, so nice to me. So yeah, 3 of my favourite ever QPR players.
That's brilliant. I love that. Michael, what about yourself, mate?
Yeah, so we've talked about obviously the best players to play for QPR, and I think it'd be fair to give credit to one of the best managers I've seen for us, or the best manager I've seen for us, and that's Neil Warnock. He's a character in the football. Everyone love him or hate him, but for us, he is a legend. That trap season, 2010-11, when we got promoted with 88 points, is one of the first seasons I had being a QPR fan. So I remember it fondly, and it's all downhill from there. But no, he's a legend, and he talks highly of the club, and he's always been nice to with fans, and yeah, he's just a character who's well loved within football.
Definitely. There's only one.
Yeah, I still think he was sacked too early as well in that Premier League season. We weren't doing too badly in January, just drawn an FA Cup game, I think it was. And he got sacked on a Sunday, I think it was. And yeah, I still think it was. And then he came back again, and probably should have got the permanent manager's job again, but they kind of went elsewhere. And as Michael said, since that choice, it's all been a little bit downhill.
But on the up, we're on the up. Don't you worry.
On the up now, yeah. On the up.
Yeah. Right, let's get into the final part of the show. It's a little bit different. We normally finish with Tweet of the Week. But as we come into the end of the season, there's a few awards I want to discuss. And the first one is Signing of the Season. So that's today's one. Signing of the Season. Michael, I'm going to throw it to you, please. First, mate, who's been your signing of the season?
Romain Burrell. I don't think he's our top scorer. I don't think anybody else expected that. He's been a revelation. Obviously, he had that injury, but good news he's back. Hopefully, he ends the season off with another goal or two, and has a good pre-season and keeps fit. Because I can see him and Kone being our striking partnership next season, because they've got a mixture of everything and they work really well off each other. So yeah, Burrell was our sign of the season. Brilliant.
Jared, what about yourself, mate?
I would have gone for that one as well, but I think in terms of a long-term view, I think Ronnie Edwards and Kone are 2 that have come in at a young age, have shown their quality. Kone seems to have got better and better. His all-round game has improved so much. Edwards has come in and just he looks so comfortable alongside Jimmy Dunn, and I think they're the types of signings that we haven't made for a long time, where you've got to spend a little bit of money, but the investment long term will either be a promotion or selling 2 players for a lot of money in a year or two's time. I think in terms of kind of getting the right players in, I think the club nailed it with those 2.
Yeah, for sure. People who watch this know I'm a big fan of Richard Kone, and I think he's definitely been a player. Him and Burrell up top, I think that's a exciting front two. And yeah, with Ronnie Edwards coming in as well, a player. I mean, many people tip him to maybe play for England one day. So he's brilliant. Thank you, boys, and thank you for watching at home. Please like and subscribe and get involved in the comments below. Who is your signing of the season?